hustling and tonight is my appraisal. Cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders. So I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up places, places. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. And they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up places, places. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I see it, I want it, I take it, take it. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming, but awake and breathing. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming. Hey, look, ma, I made it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MBO Live and the MBO Live pregame show. It's brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do so much for our MBL network across the entire platform. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know MBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. MBL Live broadcast 266. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber. We got two fantastic games coming up on this MBL Live Super Show. On one side, you're going to see the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. On the other side, you'll get the Washington Redskins taking on the Green Bay Packers. Bomber, these two games, this is the epitome. A lot of people talk about, the matchups here on MBL Live. You see a lot of the great teams, a lot of the teams fighting towards the playoffs at the end of the year. What we got tonight are two matchups that I think are going to be incredibly competitive and lend themselves towards a very good MBL Live game.
I think so. We have some evenly matched teams. You got a struggling Washington Redskins team, and you also have a Green Bay Packers team that's kind of on a winning streak right now. They've won 2 in a row. They're going to be playing at home. They're an 87 overall team. They've got some great pieces in place. Carson Wentz is their starting quarterback. On the other game, you're going to see on the left side, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. These are two teams that potentially are looking for that wild card spot in the AFC. While they might kind of fall short this season of it, that's the goals for these two teams. I think these are two well put together teams that have been drafting and building since the cycle started. It should be interesting matchups on both sides.
Just a reminder, folks, today we're doing a little bit of a subscriber giveaway. Bomber, what are we giving away?
Yeah, when do we want to do that?
We're going to do it end of the game because I can do it once all the games are off and I have computer screens again. So we'll do it in post-game. We'll do this.
So you have an opportunity to subscribe. We're going to do all subscribers, actually. Yeah. I know we talked about just tier 2.
No, we're
tier
going to do everyone. They get extra.
Tier 2
Extra
will get an
entries.
extra, however OSU wants to do it. What are we doing?
If you're a tier 2 sub, you'll get 1 extra entry.
Yeah.
If you're a tier 3 sub, you'll get 2 extra entries.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's how it's going to work. So you have from now to the end of the game to sub if you're not subbed, and an opportunity to win a free hoodie. And if you can get the camo hoodie, it will be a camo hoodie, which is like I think a $50 hoodie. I don't know if you can get that on the screen, OSU, right now, but it's a $50 camo hoodie. It just came out on cfnclothing.com. You click the MBL merch tab at the top, and it will be you'll have the ability to win that if the drawing comes up. If you're to a large, I think it only goes up to a large. It might be an extra large. I'm not 100% sure. But then outside of that, you can get any item off the MBL thing if you're double XL, triple XL, 4XL, Project Fat XL.
There you go, right there. That's the camo hoodie, newly released, $52.
Fresh off the market, fresh off the frying pan. What? I ate. What?
I like the white lettering more than the black lettering.
No, yeah, the white lettering pops a lot more on the camo.
Pops.
Absolutely.
It only goes it goes up to XL.
Okay,
So-
that's good. So it should be able to cover most people.
Not me, but hey, other people out there who.
Hey, but you got the hair looking fresh today. I see you. Oh, you with the track. Can we show the tracksuit one more time, man? Just kind of give it a little glimpse of what people are going to be getting when they order. Tell them about the quality of the material here on that MBL tracksuit.
If I was somebody who actually was a runner and used this for track-based purposes, I'd be very happy with it. But as a lazy guy who lays around his house and plays video games, it's incredibly comfortable to sit in. So love it, absolutely love it. So again, we'll be drawing that subscriber giveaway. That'll be at the end of the broadcast during post game. So you have a full. If you're not a subscriber, you have a full game. Actually, you have technically two full games to get in and be a subscriber. If you have Twitch Prime, it's completely free to subscribe. You just use your one Twitch Prime thing here. You get 30 days of free subscription. If you don't, it's only $4.99. And I'll say if it's $4.99, you win a $52 sweatshirt. It's a good investment. I got to give a big shout out before we get to our players to win. 2 subscriber giveaways in pregame.
Yeah, we got to give Slam a couple more. Is there any way we can write his name in there a couple times? I mean, he's leading it in Slam subscribers. I would like to see him have like 5 entries at least. You know, I mean, 30.
He gets 69 entries is how many he gets.
6.9.
6.9 entries. Got it.
I don't know, 69. He'd still end up losing somehow. He'd find a way. I know.
2 Slam subscriber giveaways. 1 to Lil Fish. 1 to Darth Ben. That's 39 gift subs in the channel. Also, big shout out to playing in the game tonight with his 12 months, full 1 year of subscribing to the NBL Network. Appreciate everybody out there. Let's get right to it. Let's get to our players to watch for today's NBL Live Super Show. Starting off with our game between the Ravens and the Texans. Let's look at the Houston Texans quarterback, bomber Dustin Jerry. 861 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, a passer rating of 70.8. One of the lower ends of the quarterback's bomber. And for the Houston Texans, when you have a guy offensively like DeAndre Hopkins on the outside, you got to have your quarterback being a little more accurate than Dustin Jerry has been so far. We've seen this Texans offense. They don't like to stretch the ball a whole lot. They work underneath and sort of try to dink and dunk their way. Do you expect to see them today against a Ravens defense that has struggled defensively, especially in the secondary? Expect to see them push a little more with DeAndre Hopkins?
I don't know right now. This is a new offense with the quarterback position that kind of got shooken up last season. Dustin Jerry is now the starter here for the Houston Texans. You're going, where's Deshaun Watson? What happened to him? Well, he had free agency. They brought in 2nd round draft pick from 2 seasons ago. I believe he was drafted in NBL season 34. Dustin Jerry was the 11th pick in the 2nd round. He's getting an opportunity to put some to be able to play. I mean, he didn't play the last season. He had 47 attempts at a 65 QBR. That's when they knew they were going to go away from Deshaun Watson. They wanted to see what they have with Dustin Jerry. This season, not too much better. He's got a 70.8 QBR. We talked about it, 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I don't see him as a drive the ball down the field kind of quarterback. He's more of a game manager, 86 throw power. We're not going to see, if you got DeAndre Hopkins in your fantasy, you're going to be hindered by the quarterback play of Dustin Jerry throughout the entire season. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a staple quarterback, franchise quarterback for this team, but for right now, 24-year-old from LSU, he's the starting quarterback for this team. I don't see many shots and targets down the field to DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not going to see any tonight. You know why? Because the Baltimore Ravens have the best safeties in the NBL. I'm talking 94 speed, 95 speed, superstar stud safeties. They're going to be all over that backfield ball hawking.
I'm going to need you to change your analysis because DeAndre Hopkins is on my fantasy team. So try it again, this time with a little more touchdowns.
All right, here we go. Dustin Jerry to DeAndre Hopkins is going to be something to watch. It's magical. It's deep.
How many
down the
touchdowns do you think?
field.
6, 7 today?
If they don't get 6 touchdowns, somebody got hurt. I mean, we're getting 8 touchdowns, probably 4 before halftime. They're going to burn these slow safeties that the Ravens have back there. I mean, what is their speed? 94, 95? That's nothing. We're talking DeAndre Hopkins and Dustin
99.
Jerry, 86 throw power.
Let's take a look at the other side of those Baltimore Ravens and looking at, hey, how about we look at one of those safeties in Farrington Peters? First of all, phenomenal name. Second of all, 17 tackles, 2 deflections, a pick, and a sack. And Bomber, you're talking about the backside of that Baltimore defense. Cornerbacks, maybe a weakness, but they have a lot of help on the back end. Defensively, what are they looking to hold this Houston Texans offense to give their offense a chance to win this game?
Well, what they're going to do is defensively, they're just going to have to hold Houston to 3 or really play more of a field position game. You're not going to get the deep throws against this Baltimore Ravens defense, or at least you haven't been throughout this season. They've done a great job ball hawking and protecting over the top. You mentioned that their cornerbacks aren't that great. Well, here's the deal. Their cornerbacks know their role. Their position is to play underneath and force that receiver to have to take angles upfield, in which their safeties are playing over the top coverage and taking all that away, using their athleticism and their ability to read the defense. Their great awareness, play recognition, safeties, top draft picks. These guys are coming out and they're balling and ball hawking in Baltimore. This is going to be a tough game for the Houston Texans.
Big shout out to AA gifting a tier 1 sub to Eddie Mars. That's 2 gift subs for AA. That doesn't get you any extra points because Slam just sort of showed you up, but shout out to AA with the gift. Also, Eric G with the 7 months of subscribing. Let's look at our other game, Redskins and Packers. Redskins looking for their first win on the season. For the Green Bay Packers, though, Bomber, it's the Derek Patterson show. It has been ever since he got to Lambeau. 18 receptions, 315 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging 17.5 through the air. A relatively low receiving average in the middle of this young season, Bomber. But we know that if the Green Bay Packers need a big play made down the field, they're going to be looking for Derek Patterson.
Yeah, Derek Patterson's coming off a big breakout game, one of his first ones with Carson Wentz under center. He was able to get down the field. He had 3 receptions, over 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This is a speedy wide receiver. He was the #1 draft pick in the NBL Season 35, and we all know the story. I reached out to Playa before I made my free fantasy football picks last season, and I go, Playa, you drafted this wide receiver at #1. What's the usage rate here? And he looked me dead in the eye. Probably took a drag of his cigarette. Probably blew it out.
It's a Virginia Slim, absolutely.
Put it down, and he goes, you know what? I didn't draft him to be a decoy. I said, and with the first pick of my fantasy football draft, we're going Derek Patterson of the Green Bay Packers. And so far, he's lived up to the hype. First overall pick. Nobody's saying it's a bust. He definitely isn't getting, what was the JY player's name again? The
Paysinger.
The Paysinger Award. He definitely isn't even close to that. He's been a superstar player for this team, and he continues to show out.
On the flip side, for the Washington Redskins, Preston Smith defensively having a nice start to the season. 5 sacks from the outside linebacker position. Another 15 tackles, 3 for loss, 1 interception. Bomber, defense. I mean, this Redskins team, sort of a mess. They go from 9-7. They're winless so far, 0-5. And I just got word from owner Kyle Fishley, a.k.a. Nemo, that Darius Geis got hurt last week against the Eagles, so he is out for today's game. How does that change the offensive outlook for the Washington Redskins?
It's big. I mean, this is a team, I covered them with building the franchise Washington Redskins, NBL Season 35 just last season. They finished 9-7. They had a tremendous year, and one of the reasons why they were able to play so strong throughout the year and compete with everyone, remember, they had that Browns team on the ropes until they gave that game up on NBL Live. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on our archives on YouTube. Darius Geis was the engine that made this thing go. He's been playing with an injury that he suffered in preseason, and now he's going to miss some actual time. He was averaging 3.8 yards per carry, only had 1 touchdown on 40 attempts. This is a halfback that just hasn't looked like himself. Let me read out the last 4 games. This is why he's sitting out. This is why he's hurt. He's playing with a lingering injury, trying to play through it. It doesn't happen. 8 carries for 17 yards, 6 carries for 9 yards. Shout out to Sclam. Then the next week, it was 9 carries for 9 yards, then 8 for 92, and that's when they really just deemed him to be, he's not going to go. And I wouldn't be surprised if they shut him down for the year. He went from 5.3 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns last season, nearly 1,000 yards, to 3.8 yards per carry. He just doesn't look like himself. And I think the 24-year-old's going to need some time off to get himself back to 100% healthy.
Big shout out to AA with another gift sub to Rick Flair, his 3rd. Before we get to Bombers picks, before we get to Bleacher Report's pick, let's talk about your guys' pick. don't forget to participate in our little game we got going on over on our Daddy Leagues page. It's at MaddenBomberLeague.com or DaddyLeagues.com/MBL. It is cashing out where if you pick 10 correct games against the spread over under, if you pick 10 out of 10, you're entered to win $1,000 cash.
Wait, cash?
Straight cash. Straight cash,
No.
homie. Straight cash.
Really?
Straight cash, homie. Straight
Wow.
cash.
So what do I have to do again? I just go
You just
over
gotta
there.
pick 10
So I
out
go
of
to
10.
MaddenBomberLeague.com
Yeah.
and then I...
Get a Daddy Leagues account. Go
Okay,
over to
all right.
our blog for the week and make your picks. It's that easy. Not a
Wow.
whole lot to it.
And if I go 10 for
cash.
10, I get $1,000?
You get entered in to win $1,000 cash. We've yet to have anybody go 10 for 10 in the week. So that drawing is wide open. Also, if you are a top winner in a week, if you do have the best record over the week, you're entered to win a 1-year Xbox Live gift card donated by our very own Z-Star. And if you are the overall winner with the most correct picks at the end of 17 weeks, you will get a NBL custom controller and your choice of, I will call it a Baden ball, just to annoy Cougs. Baden ball, courtesy of Cougs. So I guess
I had a conversation with Cougs about Baden, and I was telling him, this Baden, and he just cut me off. He goes, well, it's not Baden, it's Baden.
Baden. That's
I said, no,
Sorry,
dude, it's B-A-D. Hey, wait, hold on. Did I get the,
B-A-D.
is it misspelled?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's
There's no W
and
there.
It's Baden.
So
It's
it's
Baden.
Baden. So again, free to play. Don't have to be in the league. All you got to do, daddyleagues.com/MBL, MaddenBomberLeague.com. Get a Daddy Leagues account and participate. It's a lot of fun. These are the Week 7 matchups. We are currently in Week 6. If you're trying to make picks for Week 6, there aren't a lot of games left, but make sure you pick the games that haven't been played. All right, let's get to our Bleacher Report team. See what they see in today's game. Everybody except for Darth Ben going way of the Washington Redskins over the Green Bay Packers. Darth Ben, though, he's riding that playa, the best drafter in the NBL, riding that Green Bay Packers train. On the flip side, Coog's not picking because he's part of this game. Adam and Cringe going the way of the Baltimore Ravens. Everyone else going with N-Train and the Texans. Cougs 6-1, broke the perfect record last week. He is still on top, a half-game lead over Darth Ben, sitting there at 6-2, full game over Draco at 5-2. Great job over there from our Bleacher Report team. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at @MBL_Bleacher. We're about ready.
What
to
was the
send
game
announcement.
that got him the loss in the for the Bleacher Report?
That's a good question. I have no idea. It was last
The
week.
Bears game that we had last week? It was Bears versus Giants.
Bears Giants. No, because yes, it had to have been because everybody went one way on the other game, on the game that never happened.
Yeah, gotcha. The Cowboys game.
So yeah, he must have picked the Bears to win that one. Let's get to the games in a moment. Bomb, we got.
Well, the Bears won. He took the Giants. Just
right.
clarification.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. Listen, the games start to run together. Broadcast 266.
Oh, you're telling me? Yeah. They had no crap. This is all. This is a virtual world in which we make up everything. NBL season 36. Man,
5
broadcast
years.
266.
Broadcast-
NBL magazine 226. I mean.
It's a lot of
getting
numbers
crazy.
and teams. Let's start
Once we
out
get
with
to the thousands OSU, it's going to be
it's gonna be
like,
game over.
I mean, dude, what are we going to do? Seriously, I dread the day that we're 4 times into this than where we're at now because it's going to be broadcast 1,000.
Welcome to NBL season 142, broadcast number 994.
Yeah, it gets wild.
All right, let's get your predictions. First, let's start out with the Ravens and the Texans. Most guys going the way of the Houston Texans. Do you see Houston coming on top today, or will the Baltimore Ravens get a big win to keep their playoff hopes alive?
I'm going to go with the today. I'm going to take the Texans. Texans at home. I like them, even though the Ravens, they knocked off the Detroit Lions. They knocked off my Lions. I actually have a lot of respect for this team. I just like to take the home team in this situation where there's 2 teams I feel like are evenly matched, even though they play 2 different styles of games here. I'm going to go with the home team, the Houston Texans, and I'm going to say 24-21 Texans over the Ravens. Actually, let me change that. I'm going to go 18-15 Texans over the Ravens.
Sure.
Then on the flip side,
4-2 Ravens with the win. Flip side, will the Redskins get their first win today against the Green Bay Packers?
That's a question right there. I did BTF Washington Redskins, so I got to go with them. I like play at home. I like the Green Bay Packers. They're going to have that home field advantage, but I think the Redskins got to get one, and this is the one they're going to get. I think it's going to be 27-20 Washington Redskins over the Green Bay Packers on the road for their first victory of NBL season 36.
There's only one way to find out. Let's send it out to these games. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the NBL Live pregame show, but it is game time here on the NBL Network. Coming up next, another NBL Live Super Show. It's the middle of the week. It's the middle of the season, but we got 2 fantastic matchups. Ravens-Texans on one side, Redskins-Packers on the other side. Don't miss out. You're going to want to stay tuned for that giveaway. You're going to want to stay tuned for all the great action right here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O. the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
And we are indeed live, MBL Live, broadcast 266 right here, twitch.tv/MBL Network. On the left side, you got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. On the right side, you got the Washington Redskins taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's an MBL Live Super Show, and we are so happy you are joining us tonight, Wednesday night MBL Live. I am OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber. Bomber, these four teams, we're going to be talking about this a little more about where these teams stand. What do we make of these teams? But we do know tonight these matchups are good and should lend themselves for some great action here on MBL Live 266.
Absolutely. The Houston Texans, we just had a Week 6 power rankings from our Bleacher Report team. Houston Texans were ranked 17th on the power rankings board. The Baltimore Ravens 19th. I said these are two similar teams as far as production on the field in regards to wins, losses, and competing with their opponent. They play two different brands of football, but they're both very close. As you see a 17th and 19th rating, that's really interesting, as the Washington Redskins are 29th and the Packers 23 in our Week 6 power rankings.
Ravens starting out with the ball first in their game. Packers starting out with the ball first in their game. Let's look over on the left side. Baltimore. First down and 10 is going to be handoff to Leonard Fournette over the left side. He's going to fight through some tackles and get up to the 24-yard line. Bomber, the Ravens, they're really looking for Leonard Fournette to be the main cog in this action and get going, because when Leonard Fournette is running hard and Leonard Fournette, the defense has to plan for them. They are a totally different team to defensively game plan against.
Absolutely. When he gets running downhill, he becomes a load to handle, and then you're asking a lot from your guys up front. You're asking a lot from J.J. Watt. You're asking a lot from Clowney, because those guys have to get him at the attack, at the line of scrimmage. You get him running downhill 3 to 5 yards into that run, he becomes a very tough tackle for those linebackers and those secondary players.
2nd and 7, Golden Tate coming in motion, going to be a toss play out to Leonard Fournette, hits the hole, has a first down, flag down on the play though, and that's going to be a 15-yard face mask.
Wow.
So tack on another 15 for Fournette, and Baltimore Bomber already nearing midfield at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by Baltimore having patience in that run. It looked like they were going to get tackled, or at least he was going to get touched on that toss initially, but he eludes that initial defender and gets down the field, and then he gets the penalty. So you got to be a little bit more disciplined on the defensive side of the ball at home here for the Houston Texans.
On the right side of your screen, a key 3rd and 11 for the Green Bay Packers. Carson Wentz at quarterback. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 to the right side is Fournette. Another nice run there. Dropping back, Carson Wentz looking 3rd down, looks over to the left side. Little curl route, and I believe that was Patterson with the catch at the 42-yard line. Bomber, Carson Wentz came in the offseason. Green Bay, a lot of high hopes for him. Hasn't quite given them the boost they were looking for, but has certainly given them a stabilizing force at quarterback.
You look at Carson Wentz, he has all the tools to be successful in this league. He just hasn't been successful in this league. On the season, he's thrown for 825 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. That was a nice pitch and catch to his number 1 target.
Fournette, big room, left side, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Ravens. Oh, it was the all-running game. No throwing for Lamar. It was the Leonard Fournette show. Twist and shout in the end zone for Fournette. Bomber showing off the Jets, known for much more of a power back. He had a burst of speed and a whole downhill run to the end zone as the Ravens go up 7-0.
Yeah, just 2 tosses to the outside to start this game. I don't think the Houston Texans were thinking about containing the edge with Leonard Fournette. That's one of those guys you want to have guys up front and in the middle to shoot those gaps to stop him from getting downhill. He's going outside and getting downhill that way. He looked very explosive and fast on that play. Another one of a former Jacksonville Jaguar that's kind of, giving some juice to some other teams in this cycle.
Little draw play for the Green Bay Packers as they're down inside the 30 now. Nice run for Williams up to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1 and Bomber. The Green Bay Packers desperately looking for some run game. They don't like to throw it a whole lot, but the run game just hasn't been there really this whole cycle.
No, it hasn't. You look at the running attack for the Green Bay Packers, and you're pretty disappointed so far. You had a plethora of halfbacks in that backfield. It just hasn't worked out yet, but it's still early in the cycle, still early in the season. Maybe they can get some type of run game, at least to show a pulse. That might help and take some pressure off of Carson Wentz.
Showing a heavy box here for the Washington Redskins. Full screen with this game. Shotgun formation for Wentz. He drops back to pass. Only a three-man rush from the Washington Redskins. Looks underneath. Completes it down to the 23-yard line. Picking up a big first down. Wentz 3 of 3 to start this game. And Bomber, now the Green Bay Packers in that danger zone. 23-yard line. The field gets shortened. And Green Bay's got to find a way not to turn the ball over.
Yeah, this is when a lot of teams start hard flatting the Green Bay Packers and making them have to, if they're passing the ball, to drive the ball somewhere down the field. And it just doesn't seem like Carson Wentz. He wants to go to the middle of the field or to the flat. If you can take the flat away, it puts him in a lot of trouble.
Oh, deep shot, left side, looking downfield. They're going to get a pass interference. Was looking for Hopkins, and that's a huge play as now the Houston Texans are going to be down to the 19-yard line. Handoff to Williams for the Green Bay Packers to the 18-yard line. Both these teams in the red zone will go double box action.
Yeah, right there on that defensive pass interference. I mean, did you see what he did, OSU? He got in front of him, and then he just stops in front of him. You can't stop in front of the receiver. That was almost, I would say, maybe a non-catchable ball, but you can't stop in front of the receiver. There was really no reason to do it. The ball was about to drop, and you just slowed down. You should have just continued running the ball, continued moving, and you wouldn't have got that penalty.
Jerry breaks one tackle, steps up, trying to get out of the pocket. He gets sacked anyways as Bennett in on the sack. 2nd and 5 on the right side of your screen for Carson Wentz and the Green Bay Packers. Wentz dropping back to pass on 2nd and 5. Waiting, looking, nobody open except for that guy who's just standing wide open over there, and that's a big first down to the 3-yard line. Carson Wentz going through his progressions. He went through 4 progressions and the man in the front row in the section 112. He finds Valdez-Scantling, who's just standing over there going, man, Carson, throw me the ball.
Great protection for the Green Bay Packers. Got all kinds of time, and that's been the Achilles heel of this Washington Redskins defense. They don't get any pass rush pressure, and right now it's costing them inside the red zone.
Oh Dustin
Big
Jerry.
hit.
That was Michael Brockers, who just laid the boom on Dustin Jerry, backing him up to a 3rd and 21. So the defense gives him a big pass interference down to the 19-yard line and then comes up with 2 sacks to set up a 3rd and long. 1st and goal for the Green Bay Packers, as it's going to be a tight end moving in motion from the right side to the left side. Got to think we're going to see a heavy run game here from the Green Bay Packers. Hand up, right up the gut, man up, and, well, that didn't go great as Udeze with the carry. Nothing going there. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 3rd and 21 for the Houston Texans on the left side of your screen. Empty backfield for Dustin Jerry. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. 1 tight end down on the right side of the line. So he changed up the play, surveying this Baltimore defense. 3-man rush from the Ravens. Standing in the pocket, waiting, looking, all kinds of time. Looks over to the left side, throws it into triple coverage. That should have been picked off. It's not, though. They get bailed out, and they're going to get to settle for a field goal. 2nd and goal, though, for the Green Bay Packers is the action nonstop here on NBL Live. It's going to be a handoff over the right side, a little stretch play. You got to cut it up inside, young fella. Oh, Williams missed the hole, missed an easy touchdown, and gets him stuck in a 3rd and goal.
Yeah, all he had to do was just cut inside. Just take the stretch and just run it between the tackle and the guard, and you're walking in for 6 right there. Just not enough just between the ears there for the Green Bay Packers halfback. You got to make a better decision right there. And on the flip side, Houston Texans get bailed out. They should not even have 3 right now. They threw into triple coverage, and the Ravens made a play, and that should have been an interception, but they had to settle for 3. The Houston Texans come away with points on the board somehow.
3rd and goal for the Packers. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Carson Wentz under center. Williams in the game at halfback. Play clock running down, game clock running down. 2 seconds, 1 second. They're going to get it off. Wentz is going to drop back to pass on 3rd and goal. Looks underneath, and that should have been picked. A bad decision, and you saw it there, Bomber. The Washington Redskins just realizing what the Green Bay Packers are. Hard flattened, bringing everybody down and forcing them to make a tight throw. And because of that, Carson Wentz unable to get anything done, and Green Bay's going to have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, it's like I said, when they get inside the red zone, if you start hard flatting them, or they get so close that the flat is being covered by some kind of sky coverage or cloud coverage, it just seems like it rattles Carson Wentz. He's looking dead center in the middle of the field, or he's looking to the flat. There's really nothing on the sidelines and into the hash marks for Carson Wentz right now, and that's been his struggle.
Here's the other thing that I just think is interesting. I've always thought that 3rd and goal might be the hardest down and distance to defend, especially 3rd and goal from like the 3 or the 2, because you can't, 1st and 2nd down, you can sort of sell out for the run. You can't guarantee they're going to run it on 3rd down, and that sometimes ends up opening it up for the run game to doing a 3rd down run from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it really does, and sometimes you can play it safe because You don't want to turn the ball over here. You don't want to make that bad throw and just kind of run the ball or run some kind of toss play or run some kind of swing play or even a wide receiver screen play to give you just something quick, maybe a low risk for possibly, some kind of high return. But right there, the Packers, they got a little aggressive and they're trying to throw the ball, and it almost cost them on the red zone, but at least they come away with 3.
Handoff for the Washington Redskins. Nothing doing there. 3rd and 8 for Baltimore, rolling. Lamar Jackson looking downfield. Lamar Jackson sitting down. The ball is out, and it's picked up by the Texans at appears the 13-yard line. A big fumble, a big turnover. And how's this kook streaming his new house?
Oh, it's not looking good. It's getting a lot of frame drops right now, but I mean, it is what it is. We roll with it, and that's a bad turnover. So the stream not looking too great, and neither is the offense for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right. That's a gift for the Houston Texans. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. 2nd and 10 on the right side of your screen, looking over the middle of the field. Nice throw to Jameson
Nice
Crowder.
pass.
It's a beautiful read there by Alan Ritchie at quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Texans, dropping back. Blitz it's picked up nicely. Little dump off to the angle route, and the Texans down to the 3-yard line is Dustin Jerry making the right read, and more importantly, Bomber, that offensive line holding up against that cover 1 coverage.
Yeah, you look at that offense for the Houston Texans. It's just been a solid game managing offense so far that really relies a lot on their defense. But let's talk a little bit about Alan Ritchie, the 9th pick in the NBL Season 35 rookie draft. He's in his 2nd season. Maybe a sophomore slump. He's got a QBR of 70 when during the rookie campaign, he had a 94 touchdown. DeAndre.
Hey, it's DeAndre Hopkins. Let's go, baby.
Boy. That's just an easy touchdown. Little pitch and catch, slam play to the left side, finds his man D-Hop. And, like I said, this is a game manager, but he can kind of make all the throws. Kind of reminds me of Chuck Thomas for the New England Patriots.
I would like to point out, by the way, that the last couple of games I've looked at D-Hop stats for my fantasy team. And it's usually somewhere around 5 catches for 11 yards, but he gets a touchdown, so it's not all lost. Not a whole lot of deep down the field play for the Houston Texans as Washington putting together a nice little drive here at the 33-yard line. Toss over to the right side for Bookman, trying to find something going. Bomber, no Darius Geis hurt in their last game, and some would say that's a big loss, but the way Geis has played this year may not be as big a loss as some people may think.
Hey, you look at guys' 3.8 yards per carry, and I'm telling you, he's been playing with an injury since preseason. He has not looked the same. This is an injury-prone halfback who was healthy last season, and he started off this season, had a lot of optimism around his camp, saying this might be the halfback breakout of the year. And it just didn't happen. He's just been injured. He's dealing with things, and now they got Bookman running. But he's looking good right here, baby.
Oh, nice spin move. Breaks 1 tackle to the 30. He's got a 1st down and more. 25, 15, 10 inside to the 8-yard line. Ooh, how about that run from Bookman? Little spin move, shakes off a tackler, and then turns on the burners.
Yeah, just a nice run to the outside. Bookman, he's going to have a lot of opportunities. Geis is going to be out indefinitely right now, so we're going to see how many opportunities they give him to run inside and outside. They were using Geis as a 3-down back, so we can all expect moving forward, if you had Geis on your fantasy team, you might want to swap him out for Bookman right now.
1st and goal now for the Washington Redskins. Redskins still looking for their 1st win on the year. Reminder, folks, during postgame, we'll be doing that subscriber giveaway. If you are a subscriber to the NBL Network, whether it's through Twitch Prime or the paid subscription, you'll be entered to win one of our NBL merchandise, a hooded sweatshirt, that Camel one if you can get it, or another one of your choice. That'll be during postgame, so don't miss out on that one. You have until the end of the game to get on that subscriber list. 1st and goal for the Washington Redskins. It is a shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 over the left side. That is Josh Doxson alone on the left side. They're going to take a delay at game, Bomber. That is a mental mistake from the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, you get in 1st and goal, and now you're pushed back 5 yards. You got to be smarter than this. You can't take delay of games, but all's well that ends well. If they can get into the end zone, we forget about it. But if they don't, we say, well, here's why they're 0-5. It's just mental mistakes. They just don't look the same. This was a 9-7 team last season. We covered them on BTF. They got to get sharper inside the red zone.
1st and goal for the Redskins. The handoff to Bookman, jukes it outside. He's got a little bit of room inside the 10. Try to get around that one defender, but a nice tackle made at the 8-yard line. He'll pick up a couple, though. Going to bring him a 2nd and goal, but you do wonder, Bomber, what if they didn't take that 5-yard penalty and Bookman didn't have to get those 5 yards back?
Yeah, it probably would have put him at the 2 or the 3, and that changes the 2nd down. Now you think maybe I need a pass here. Maybe I have to run some kind of slant and try to pick up some kind of yards, give me an opportunity to get in striking distance at the 8-yard line. The windows are a lot tighter. It's going to get a lot tougher for this Washington Redskins offense.
2nd and goal, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Alan Ritchie under center. He's got Bookman in the backfield. Crowder split out to the left. Richardson split out to the right. Watch for Jordan Reed here, the big tight end. If they do decide to throw, they do hand it off to Bookman. A little stretch play. Cut it up inside. Hit his own blocker. Down to the 1-yard line. Ooh, you would like to see the one cut used there. You can see old Nemo jamming on that turbo. You saw that rounded turn towards the inside. Use the one cut. He might have got the speed burst to get to the end zone. But now 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line. What do you expect to see from the Redskins?
Something up the middle. It has to be up the middle. I do want to talk a little bit about these building the franchise Washington Redskins from last season, NBL season 35. I'm getting a lot of messages. People saying they got the same personnel on offense. Why the struggles? Why the 0-5? Well, it kind of reminds me of a real life team when they just hit that age where you think you're getting better and you're progressing. And now that just seems like everybody's getting older. The system is kind of, it's just kind of getting old for everyone, and everyone's starting to figure out their offense. They got to have some changes and bring some new lifeblood into the skill position. But that's going to be too easy up the middle for the Washington Redskins. Right in there with Paul Perkins. That's too easy.
It's great blocking up front from a Redskins offensive line that hasn't done them a whole lot of favors. They do get into the end zone from 1 yard out, something that is easier said than done. And with this kick, ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good. Washington claiming the lead at 7-3.
And the Washington Redskins had to come away with the touchdown there. They had a mental error on 1st and goal from the 8, pushed them back to the 13. And then they just went pretty much ground and pound. 2 of those 3 plays all 3 of the plays actually got themselves into the end zone. Nice job right there with Alan Ritchie adjusting to what the defense was showing him and trusting the run. Even without Geis, they're still able to move the ball with Bookman and Paul Perkins.
You're seeing a little bit of an adjustment in our other game. Leonard Fournette getting a lot of carries outside the tackles, and right there, J.J. Watt, nice job penetrating on the left side of that line. You got to think, if Baltimore continues trying to run Leonard Fournette outside, Houston's going to realize that and start running those ends more wide to keep the edges sealed.
And hopefully, then Baltimore counters back with running Leonard Fournette off tackle, off guard, and getting him downfield in the middle of the field, as there's just it looks like going to be a bad pass on the right screen.
By Dunbar.
Oh, that's just not good. I didn't like it. I didn't like the throw. I didn't see the release that he thought he saw. He lobbed it up there. He just didn't have a step. That's really just trusting the speed of your receivers and not really respecting Quentin Dunbar at cornerback position there for the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, they're looking for that little double move, a sort of a quick hitch and go, and Dunbar read it the entire way, did a nice job of keeping the receiver in front of him, not letting Derek Patterson get over the top. It's the first turnover of the day for the Green Bay Packers. Washington will get good field position as they near the 2-minute warning. They're at the 47-yard line. Left side, big 3rd and 8 for the Baltimore Ravens, looking to answer the Houston Texans touchdown. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Fournette coming in motion from left to right. He's got 3 wide receivers over on the right side. 1 now alone on the left side. That's Rashad Perriman. Looks right up the seam for Golden Tate. That was just a timing route bomber off the snap. Jackson saw the soft coverage, and he hits Golden Tate for a big first down. Lamar Jackson has 3 completions today, all 3 to Golden Tate.
Yeah, Golden Tate is a favorite receiver. He's kind of catching his second win. Maybe the fountain of youth in Baltimore has found him, the 32-year-old wide receiver, continuing to put up some head-scratching numbers in a very positive way if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan.
As a little option, shovel option to Leonard Fournette goes nowhere. Alan Ritchie looks to the flat, finds Jordan Reed. Juke move. He's to the 30, 25, 20. Jordan Reed, 15, down to the 13-yard line. Nice job there finding Jordan Reed, Bomber, a guy who sometimes gets lost on this offense, but as a tight end with the speed and the physical abilities that he has, he's got to be a safety net for Alan Ritchie.
Yeah, he has to be utilized more. I think that's one of the things that you see Bleacher Report talking about the Washington Redskins negatively about, is that they're inability to get any kind of positive usage from Jordan Reed. You got Crowder, you got Richardson Jr. on the outside, you have Josh Dotson. We understand that, but Reed is arguably one of the most athletic tight ends in the NBL. You got to get him going.
1st and 10 inside the 15. Alan Ritchie drops back, looks left side, has a man open and overthrows Jamison Crowder, and that is a big mistake from Alan Ritchie. Big 3rd and 12 for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson dropping back, stepping up, looks deep down the field, trying to find Leonard Fournette, who makes the catch at the 4-yard line. Oh, Leonard Fournette showing off the hands and the wheels as he picks up the first down inside the 5 to the 4 bomber. Baltimore using Leonard Fournette in every facet of the game.
You didn't see that. The first 3 seasons Leonard Fournette spent with the Jacksonville Jaguars, we didn't see any of this in the passing attack. Right now, they're getting more out of Leonard Fournette just in this one game than I saw in 3 seasons combined in Jacksonville.
Little quarterback power for Lamar Jackson, and nice job by the defense of the Houston Texans. 2nd and 10 for the Washington Redskins on the right side of your screen. Shotgun formation for Alan Ritchie. High snap, going to hand it off to Bookman right up the middle. A little spin move, and he's going to get a nice gain to the 6-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Both these teams inside the red zone. As on 2nd and goal, to hand off to Fournette. And once again, this Houston Texans team doing a nice job of containing Leonard Fournette. Had a couple big runs on that first drive, but nothing since then as Reeder gets in on the tackle, going to set up a huge 3rd and goal for Baltimore as they're right about the 3-minute mark in the first half. On the flip side for the Washington Redskins, there's 1:19 to go. They've got all 3 timeouts. Green Bay also all 3 timeouts. Washington holding on to a slim 7-3 lead, 3rd and 3. Bunch formation 3 to the right side. Richardson alone on the left side. Bookman in the backfield with Allen Ritchie on his left hip. It is Ritchie changing up the plays. He surveys this defense, dropping back to pass on 3rd and 3. Looking. He's got lots of time rolling out, trying to find somebody. Mine's buff. I don't know what's happening. Hey, Leonard Fournette. He has another touchdown. He gets hit as he throws. There it is. Found it. He's got it right there. Allen Ritchie got hit as he threw. Baltimore, on the other hand, they find the end zone once again. This time, Leonard Fournette catches one out of the backfield. Good day if you're a Fournette owner in the fantasy league as Baltimore reclaims the lead with a really nice drive. The kick is up. It is good. It's 14-10 Baltimore.
Yeah, at that point, I was hoping the Houston Texans were thinking, all right, let's just hold to 3. Let's not gamble too much. Let's stop this run, and let's force Lamar Jackson to have to use his arm if they're going to get into the end zone. That wasn't the case there. I don't like the play calling for Houston. I thought they should have been a little bit more aggressive to stop the run and allowed Lamar Jackson to have maybe some one-on-ones to try to pass the ball because we have yet to see him throw it in tight space.
Houston, nice return up to the 32-yard line. That's where their offense will start look to answer that Baltimore Ravens touchdown. Reminder, folks, we'll do that subscriber-only giveaway in post-game. So you have the entire game to hit that subscribe button. At the very least, hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live here on the NBL Network. Next game coming up Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, right here, twitch.tv/NBL Network. Green Bay with the ball, 59 seconds left. They have all 3 timeouts. Shotgun formation for Carson Wentz. He's going to drop back to pass on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, picked up nicely, looks to the out route, has a man, and it is complete down to the 41-yard line. Nice throw there from Carson Wentz, and on 1st and 10, Dustin Jerry floating one out to the right side on the boundaries, and he got the feet in bounds. D-Hop with the toe tap on the right side. Bomber, what a nice throw there from Dustin Jerry over to DeAndre Hopkins, and they're going to challenge that play.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they run a challenge on that play in the first half.
It's my fantasy team. Don't take that, you son of a... Stupid
Oh, it was overturned too.
Just
Wow.
Stupid son of a hate. Cougs is never allowed on NBL Live ever again. Just mark it down right now.
He already got a touchdown. I think he got almost.
Nope.
He probably might have 2 by the end of the game.
Nope, that's it. He just took away things from my fantasy team. I'm going to his new house and I'm gonna break in and I'm gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna ruin it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
slow
grab
the internet down even more or what?
No, I can't do that. But it's already as low as it gets. But I will take cans of paint and throw them all around his nice new floors. That's what I'll do. 2nd and 10 pistol formation for Dustin Jerry and the Houston Texans. 2 wide receivers over to the left side and on 2nd down, play action pass. Jerry rolling out to the right side. Nobody open. Good coverage downfield. So he's going to take a deep shot. And
there you go.
Hey,
He's going to get it back.
Juke move.
Woo.
Well, I mean, that would have been a touchdown if he was up at the 40-yard line, but whatever. Deep pass on the other side. Oh, and drop it in the bucket. Carson Wentz as he finds Patterson deep down the field. It was press cover 1 coverage. No help over the top, and Green Bay gets the big play they've been looking for.
Yeah, you have to really be conscious of where Derek Patterson is. You cannot run cover 1 man against this team with much field behind you because they're liable to take a shot over the top to that speedy number 89. I think he's 96 speed. He can get down the field. In his sophomore season in the NBL, he's been dominant.
We will stay double box both these teams just about in the red zone. 1st and goal. Green Bay dropping back. Looks over to the left side. Good coverage the entire way. That was Wentz predetermining where he was going to throw it. And Bomber, there was literally 0 chance of that being completed.
Yeah, maybe the out route was working better in Madden 18. Madden 19, you kind of got to read it a little bit more. You can't just assume, hey, he's breaking on that out route. I'm just going to throw the ball out there and give him an opportunity. Just kind of a dangerous pass for Carson Wentz. I want to see him go back to the run game here.
2nd and goal for the Green Bay Packers from the 2-yard line. They're going to drop back to pass once again. Rush is coming, gets it off. He finds the tight end underneath who gets into the end zone. That was Looker into the end zone. Green Bay gets a big touchdown. And on the other side, it's a huge turnover as Dustin Jerry throws a pick on the corner route. Good man coverage on DeAndre Hopkins. And Jerry throws it right to the defender. So on one side, a big touchdown for Green Bay as they tie it up with 16 seconds left. On the other side, Houston already down 4. Bomber throws an unnecessary pick inside the red zone.
Yeah, that just was completely unnecessary. Trying to force it once again, predetermining his read. We saw an out route and a corner route, which was a staple to burn Madden defense for how many Maddens? Now they seem like they're starting to make plays. You got to really be careful when you throw those routes. You have to really make the correct read and just wait for the receiver to break open. Or if he has some kind of outside leverage, maybe you're leading it in that direction.
Leonard Fournette around the left side. Okay, well, you probably, a guy with his sort of injury history probably doesn't need to be making those hurdles. Picks up 9 on the play. Bomber, even on that one, it was a cover 1. Everything was on the inside. Put a little air under that ball and let your receiver go out and get it.
All right, Sim Football Critic in the chat asking, hey, what settings do you guys play on? Default all Madden or all pro? Any sliders? No, it's all Madden, and it's
Stock sliders.
stock sliders, 6-minute quarters, accelerated clock, not on.
First and 10 for Washington. Looks over to the left side. Has Jamison Crowder. He's got a first down up past the 50 to the 45. Diving forward
I like
to
the
the 42-yard
dive.
line. Now, 4 seconds left. It's a 59-yard field goal attempt, so you've got to think they might have the wind at their back. It looks like they're sending out the kicking team.
You never know what
right.
the wind in Lambeau Field. It's very crazy. Sometimes it's a crosswind. Sometimes you got it at your back, and it's heavy, 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'm not sure what they have. We'll find out here in just a second. Oh, yeah, he's money. He's good.
He's got 13 mile an hour at his back from the left hash mark. Westmoreland is a 59-yard attempt. Ball is down. The kick is up. It looks true, and it is good with the wind at their back. Washington looking for their first win on the season. Bomber, they go into halftime with a 13-10 lead. And how big is it just confidence-wise, just getting 3 points on the board after giving up the big play to Patterson and the touchdown to the Packers?
It's important. You go into halftime, you tell you guys, hey, you tell the Redskins, they get in the huddle. They're in the locker room. They're talking. Hey, the coach comes out. He says, hey, we have played probably absolutely the 0-5 start that we have. We're playing right to it. We're still up 3. Let's turn this ship around. It's still early in the season. Let's start playing some Washington Redskins football, and they get the ball to start the second half. So it's an opportunity. It's a dangerous pass right there. We got a guy in the chat asking right now. He's asking, what kind of cap room do you guys leave? Elaborate on the question. I'm trying to understand it here. We don't allow the cap penalty on any team to go over $15 million. That's probably our only restriction. As far as cap space, we don't require any teams to leave a certain amount of cushion for cap space. There are teams playing
You have
within.
to fill a full roster.
Yeah, you have to fill a full roster. You have to have 53 on your team.
Oh, that's an overthrow.
Come week
That's
one.
an easy pick for the Texans. So after Houston throws a bad pick, Lamar Jackson rolling out, it does end up sort of like a punt as Garyon Conley with the pick, and he stays down holding his back. But that's just a bad throw from Jackson. Now with 30 seconds left, Houston has 3 timeouts. Bomber probably just looking to put some points on the board before they hit halftime.
Yeah, that was a kind of a risky throw there for Lamar. You got to start questioning. All right, man, you just got this big contract. You're going to be making all this money. You haven't really proven anything. Right before half, we got an opportunity to go on a drive, get in field goal range, potentially go up 7 points, and you overthrow right there and kind of let Houston creep right back into this game.
Shotgun formation, play action pass for Jerry. Dropping back, floats it out over the middle. Diving catch at the 41-yard line. They will use 1 timeout. That was a nice throw from Dustin Jerry. Let's reset where we are, folks. Baltimore and Houston, 24 seconds left in the first half. Washington, Green Bay on the small screen on the left side. They are into the second half. Washington up 3 in that game, 13-10. NBL Live, broadcast 266 here on the NBL Network. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commissioner Bomber. We got that subscriber-only giveaway coming up at the end of the game. Is a nice throw there from Allen Ritchie to Dillon right up the seam. Nobody picked up the tight end. They pick up a first down. 1st and 10 for Houston, trying to put some points on the board before the end of the first half. It's a shotgun formation for Dustin Jerry. Bunch formation, 3 to the left side, 1 over to the right side. He's in the shotgun. 24 seconds remaining. Dropping back, 4-man rush from the Baltimore Ravens. Rolling out to the left side. Nobody open. He's going to step up. He's going to take off. Dustin Jerry takes a hit at the first down mark. Ooh, you don't like to see your quarterback taking a hit like that, Bomber, as Garyon Conley will not be able to return to the game with that lower back strain. But that's something we haven't seen from Jerry, using his legs. A nice job there recognizing the open field. Yeah,
it's almost funny. A lot of people call him the rubber tree plant in Houston because he doesn't really scramble much. He's an 87 speed, 87 acceleration quarterback from LSU. We saw him do it in college. Why haven't we seen more of this? Let's get him out of being just that in-the-pocket quarterback. He can do so much more.
Big shout out to Darce Knight with the sub. 2nd and inches, handoff right up the middle. Houston looks like they're going to try to settle for this field goal. Washington, Green Bay, on the other hand, Washington with a nice drive. They're at the 24-yard line on the right side of your screen. On 1st and 10, it's a play-action pass. Ritchie dropping back. Ritchie sitting down. Ball's out on the ground. It looks like the Redskins are going to recover it. The offensive lineman getting back there. Tremaine Edmonds getting in on the tackle. Bomber, big trade we saw. Tremaine Edmonds coming over from the Buffalo Bills last season. They've been waiting for him to sort of take over that role as the leader of this defense, and he's starting to settle in.
Yeah, we saw late last season, right before the trade deadline, we get a ring-a-ding-ding from the Buffalo Bills. They're saying, hey, we got a trade on the line here with the Green Bay Packers. We're sending middle linebacker Tremaine Edmonds all the way to Green Bay for their first-round pick in the NBL Season 36 rookie draft, what ended up being the 5th overall pick. So I think both teams are going to come out on top on that trade.
Houston attempting a field goal here before the end of the half. Pump fake for Allen Ritchie, stepping up, rolling out to the right side. Oh, he had RB coming across the middle wide open, but just didn't have the arm to do it. He'll be taken down Setting up a 3rd and long. That kick is up and good for the Houston Texans. They go into halftime with a 14-13 deficit. But Bomber, considering how this first half has gone, I think this is sort of what we expected. Two pretty evenly matched teams, and it's a 1-point game in Houston.
Yeah, it really is. This is going to be a back and forth. We talked about it. Power rankings just came out. Houston Texans were rated 17th. Baltimore Ravens were rated 19th. This is going to be a close matchup. And even the Redskins Packers, I had this game coming down to the wire. These are two very evenly matched teams. And with as bad as Washington has looked over the first 5 weeks of this season, I'm not surprised right now they're only up 3.
Shotgun formation on 3rd and 19 for the Washington Redskins. 13-10. They are up. See what they do here. 4-man rush from the Green Bay Packers. Richie in the pocket, sitting there. Nice protection. He gets hit as he throws. That one, though, really good coverage downfield by the Green Bay Packers. Bomber, I'm really impressed by this Packers defense. It's not a unit we don't talk about a whole lot here in the NBL, but they played well against probably the strength of this Washington Redskins offense, their wide receiver corps.
Very strong defense, along with a strong offense. This is an 87 overall team that doesn't even have Aaron Rodgers anymore. They've done a great job filling the voids that they lost with their veteran players moving on. I mean, no Randall Cobb either. This team is a very well-built team. Play has done a great job drafting and bringing in free agents to accommodate his play style. And right now, we're going to see if it can pay dividends and they can come away with this dub. They're currently 2-3 on the season. Redskins are 0-5. Packers got an opportunity on this drive to take the lead.
Hopkins coming in motion on 2nd and inch. It's going to be a handoff on 2nd down. Fighting forward is Eckler, just getting the first down as he muscles over the defender. Picking up a big 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the other side, small screen, left side, you see the Green Bay Packers with the ball. Carson Wentz, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. He's got Williams in the backfield. 3:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Green Bay looking to answer after that Washington field goal. Extends the lead to 6. Wentz changing up the plays. He surveys this Redskins defense, bringing the man in motion from right to left. It's going to be handoff to Williams right up the middle. Breaks one tackle, gets up to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Texans. They try to run the ball and Bomber that Baltimore defense, which is incredibly talented, incredibly athletic. They were in the backfield before it appeared almost before the snap even got to the quarterback.
Yeah, the Ravens' front line is just so big, strong, and dominant. They're just imposing their will against this Houston Texans front line. So Houston is going to have to do a much better job up front, or they're going to have to start looking to bounce these runs outside.
Williams trying to cut back to pick up the 1st down. He'll be taking down 3 yards short, bringing up a 3rd and 3 for the Green Bay Packers. 2nd down and 12 for the Houston Texans. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left side. Dustin Jerry under center. Eckler in the backfield, 4:39 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Changing up the plays, he surveys this Baltimore defense. It's going to be a handoff to Eckler over the left side, and they're going to get another face mask. That's going to give him a free 15. So we saw one the way for Leonard Fournette. Now we see one the way for Eckler. So we end up evening out the 15-yard penalties, Bomber, but on that one, it looked like they would be stopped for a 3rd and long. Instead, it's a big 1st down for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, either way, I want to discuss the block shedding for this Baltimore Ravens front line. They're doing such a great job as to the right side of the screen.
Oh, Williams.
Williams,
what a
very elusive
patient
motion stretch.
That was incredibly patient. Look at him. Look at him sit behind the line, wait for it, and then turns on the burners. Over the middle of the field, looking deep down the field. It is complete. As Dustin Jerry, 6 of 10, 102, and a touchdown. 2 picks on the day, but that's a nice throw to Safarian Jenkins to the 19-yard line. Houston in business inside the red zone, down 1. Starting off the ball here in the 2nd half. Williams with another carry for the Green Bay Packers. Trying to find something over the right side. He'll pick up 2 yards. He's got 9 carries for 37 yards. Houston in business, though. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Watch for Hopkins in the slot on the left side. Eckler in the backfield is going to be handoff to Eckler right up the middle. And this Baltimore defense, boy, it is tough to run against those big hosses. 8 carries, 20 yards, nothing doing for the Houston rushing attack.
They're big up front, and in the secondary, they're very, very skilled and fast. That's what makes this swarming defense very tough to contend against. Dustin Jerry already an interception inside the red zone. Let's see if he cleans it up here, because this score should be Houston 16, Baltimore 13, 14.
Quick throw underneath. 14-13. Listen,
14.
It's 14-13.
13.
It could be 12.
Something like that.
Do I hear 17? Anybody got 17 in the 17 out there? 14-13 the score in this one is that throw underneath to Safarian Jenkins. He'll pick up a couple, setting up a huge 3rd and 3 on the small screen on the left side. You see Washington and Green Bay, 16-10. Green Bay with the ball, facing a 3rd and 5. Let's go double box for these 2 big 3rd down.
That's the hard flats against Green Bay defensively for the Redskins. This might cause some problems for Carson Wentz. He's been looking underneath a lot.
3rd down and 3 for Houston, 3rd and 5 for the Packers. McFadden coming in motion, dropping back. Dustin Jerry looks over the middle, has a man. It is complete. It's a 1st down for Houston. And how about a 1st down for Green Bay as Carson Wentz picks it up with the arm? A nice throw over the middle. Sat in the pocket, waited for that drag to come over. That hard flight on the left side, Bomber, you said look for it. That he ended up getting the drag route a little deeper down the field, and the cornerback on the left side out of position.
Yeah, he had motion going from left to right, and he hit the crossing route, the shallow cross to the left side. A great job by play. He's really working the left side of the field right now, and he's using Derek Patterson as a decoy.
Get to the oh, he got to the pylon. Eckler with the toss play. He hits the pylon, and Houston, a big touchdown as they come out for the second half, 14-19. Houston now on top, and Bomber, it looks like Houston might be doing the thing that you hate seeing teams do. Go for 2 here.
I don't like chasing points in a game that's had a lot of field goals, and teams have really struggled to kind of score.
They took the Bomber advice.
And they go for the field goal. That's good. Go up 6. I like 6 for this reason. If you stop Baltimore, and let's say they get into field goal range and you hold them to 3, there's a positive to holding them to 3 now, because now it's still a 3-point game. And this puts a lot of pressure back on Baltimore Ravens, as opposed to if you go for 2 and you don't get it. You're sitting now at, 19 points?
Right.
They go for a field goal, then they get a stop. A field goal could win the game. I just always think ahead like that. I don't like to chase points just to be up 7.
Green Bay at the 24-yard line. They've got a 1st and 10. It's going to be a toss play to Williams over the right side. Good blocking out there. Cuts it upfield. Picks up 8 to the 16-yard line. Boy, Bomber, I've been impressed by this Green Bay offensive line, opening up some nice hole for Williams. And Williams, a surprisingly patient runner.
We didn't talk about the spread so far in these 2 games. I'm going to go ahead and look that up and bring that up right now. We got some great points in the chat being made about the over and under on these 2 games.
Second down and 2, shotgun formation for Carson Wentz. He drops back, 4-man rush from the Washington Redskins. Waiting, looking, crossing route comes all the way across the field, and he picks it up at the 6-yard line. It's a 1st down for Green Bay. Carson Wentz, 10 of 14 in this game. Really reading the defense nicely so far. The 1 interception over there on the double move from Derek Patterson. Patterson picking up his 3rd catch on the day. 1st and goal for now Green Bay inside the 6-yard line. It's Carson Wentz under center. He's got 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends out there. Williams in the backfield. Let's see if this is a pass or a run. It's going to be a pass for Carson Wentz. Looks over to the right side, and he's lucky he overthrew that because Derek Patterson was not open, and that could have been going the other way. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Baltimore, they've already put together a nice drive. A little run play to Leonard Fournette over the left side. They're down to the 23-yard line. Let's go double box for both these games inside the 25.
Yeah, you look at the Baltimore-Houston game. Houston was actually favored here. They're giving up 5.5 points. They're covering the spread right now. That's why that extra point everyone was saying, we'll cover the spread. The over-under on the Ravens-Texans, 35 points. We're currently at 34. And the Ravens are in field goal range. So those who took the over are looking good. Oh, no.
Takes a big hit, and he is down, and I thought he crossed the plane. Oh, it looked like that ball was thoroughly over the line. They're calling him down at the 1, but more importantly for Green Bay, Wentz is down, taking a big hit, trying to get points on the board. Ooh, that could be a big loss for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers-Washington Redskins game. Washington's -1.5. I took the Redskins, gave up the 1.5, but I'll tell you what, Packers are playing them really solid right now. The over and under was 37. They're currently at 26. So if you're sitting under, you might be feeling good right now as a timeout there for the Green Bay Packers.
Timeout called 3rd and 8 for Baltimore on the left side. Empty backfield for Lamar Jackson. Look for Hayden Hurst, the tight end on the right side in the slot on 3rd down and 8. He is open up the seam, and it's a beautiful throw, and it's a touchdown for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, Action Jackson putting the ball on the money, and you can feel the Hurst as Hayden Hurst finds the end zone to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, right into the end zone right there. Touchdown Baltimore. And maybe they should have gone for 2. It would have been a tie game here if they got it. So there's always a way to look back as the Packers are going to try to get in. Looks like Wentz is still in the game.
And he's going to look at Wentz, the gamer, taking the quarterback sneak, taking a hit, and still finding the end zone. Green Bay, a huge touchdown to tie it up. And Bomber, we said this may not be the flashiest 2 matchups. These may not feature the best teams in the NBL, but we said they were going to be competitive. And right now, as this kick is up and it is good, we have 2 1-point games here on NBL Live 266.
Yeah, what a great outing tonight here. Get an opportunity to see 2 of these teams, 4 of these teams that we might have no playoff teams here we're playing right now, but they're putting on some great performances right now. Some very close games. Sim Football Critic in the chat asking about tackle battles. Yeah, I think tackle battles are pretty corny. I think maybe they should be like in arcade mode more than, you know what I'm saying? I think they could go and no one would really care.
A big shout out to Trey Benton 24 now following here on Twitch. Yeah, tackle battles have been sort of, I think, one of the more controversial features that have sort of been
I'd rather just the attributes work, the trucking, the juke. I mean, all that kind of stuff going to play. I mean, getting into a point where you're a defender's trying to bring you down is just a
Big
really
sack.
risky pass for Allen Ritchie on the right
Ooh,
side there.
almost picked off there on the right side.
It's just something that it's just. I feel like the attributes should just come into play. Why am I engaging into something where if I hit the button first, it's going to automatically, shred the defender off me, or vice versa? And I don't know. To me, it's just kind of.
I mean, again, everybody talks about the tackle battles. Everybody wants them out of the game. Out of everything that's in the game that I'd like changed, tackle battles isn't really a big priority for me.
It seems like an arcade. I feel like it should be an arcade mode though, because you want like action, right?
Yeah.
So you want things that pop up and prompt you to do it. But it feels like what's that Dance Revel? It feels like that kind of thing. I got to.
I understand why people don't like it. It just, for me personally, it just doesn't bother me as much as it does other people. As Bookman had no need to spin there. He could have just stayed outside, but he'll cut it down to a 3rd and 22 on the left side of your screen for Houston, down 1, and so nice job. Hart with a sack on Dustin Jerry. They're going to get 4 wide receivers out there, 3 to the right side, 1 over the left side for Dustin Jerry in the backfield. He's got Eckler in the backfield with him on his left hip. Dropping back to passes, Dustin Jerry on 3rd and 22. Looks deep down the seam. That's just a horrible throw.
How many? Okay, so if I'm a Ravens fans right now, I know I'm up 1 and I'm about to get the ball back. I'm excited about that. But I have to be thinking to myself, how many times is Dustin Jerry, this second-round quarterback that Houston's trying to start and portray as a starter when we know they're probably taking a quarterback in the NBL Season 37 rookie draft, how many times is he going to throw it to our defense and we're not going to catch it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened so many times. The Ravens just are not holding on to the ball. Defensively, they've done it all year. They drop a lot of picks. As talented as they are defensively, we understand why these are not wide receivers and these are defensive players playing in the secondary for the Ravens. We've seen it quite too often this season.
1st and 10 for Washington. They are down 1. They have the ball at the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 over the right side. That is Josh Doctson alone on the right side. Green Bay backing off coverage. Dropping back is Allen Ritchie on 1st and 10. Waiting, looking, good protection, but nobody is open. He finally looks over to the right side. He put the ball where only his receiver could maybe get it, and even he couldn't get it. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Deep shot down the left side for Baltimore, and they get it. And J.J. Watt, insult to injury for Houston. They give up the big pass play down the left side, and J.J. Watt goes down with an injury.
Rob Gronkowski makes an appearance for the Baltimore Ravens. First catch of the day. He's still alive. Yeah, he's still playing in the NBL.
Sure?
When he took the contract with the Ravens,
he's barely playing in the NFL. Let's be honest.
His career is taking a huge dip in the last 2 seasons since signing with the Ravens.
Dropping back, down goes Lamar Jackson. Big sack for the Houston Texans as they hit the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 for Allen Ritchie and the Redskins. Dropping back to pass. He's going to float it up left side. Has a man with a step. Puts it on the money. Paul Richardson.
Does he have it? Can he hang on to it?
Come up with the catch. He dropped it, and boy, Bomber, they're paying Paul Richardson the big money. He's got to come up with that catch.
I honestly don't like the throw. I understand it was a one-on-one. You thought you had a chance. The ball hung in the air a little bit too long, but that red route right there on the slot cross was about to break right across the yellow middle linebacker zone. He was going to be wide open into open space that was cleared by the streak on the left side, and just not enough patience for Allen Ritchie. He's going for the whole enchilada on one throw.
Oh, Lamar Jackson with a scramble or run. I don't know if that was a design run. I didn't see. But 3rd and 10 for the Washington Redskins. Shotgun formation for Allen Ritchie. Once again, 3 wide receivers. He drops back to pass. Blitz coming from the Packers. It's picked up nicely. But Allen Ritchie just doesn't get rid of the ball. And it's recovered by the Green Bay Packers. God. Oh, and you wonder why this Redskins team is winless. Boy, so many routes open against just a sellout 3-busting press bomber. There's not a whole lot of defense except over the top, and Allen Ritchie still didn't get rid of the ball.
When you go through a season and you have Paul Richardson Jr. and you have Jay Crowder at your starting wide receiver positions and you win 9 games and you're feeling great, you re-sign these guys, you start to lose a sight of what they truly are. I mean, these are not superior wide receivers. These are mid-80 wide receivers. They're good, but they're not great. But when you start paying them like they're great and you have them over a long period of time, these are the situations you're going to be in. You get a man beat, you throw up the ball, and he doesn't hold on to it. Making somebody that's not a 1 wide receiver, making him a number 1, it's kind of a glorified position there in Washington because these are not number 1 talented wide receivers, and it's starting to show here against this Packers team.
Pick is up. It is good. Baltimore extends their lead 24-20 as Houston looking to get something out of their offense. And Dustin Jerry. Green Bay giving a gift. They're on the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Play action pass for Carson Wentz. He's in the pocket. Good protection. He's going to take off. Run it over to the left side. Flag down. So that looks like it's going to be a hold. Carson Wentz, he'll get near the 1st down marker, but that's still going to back him up 10 yards. It is indeed a hold. Bomber, this Green Bay offensive line has played very well all day, giving Carson Wentz a lot of time. The first mistake there, and it's a pretty big one, dropping them back into a 2nd and long.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they push them deeper into field goal range. I think they have the wind with them, though. It was a 14 mile per hour wind right before half where the Redskins were able to kick that 60-yarder. So they're still in good position right now as far as field goal range is concerned.
2:56 to go in that game. 2nd down and 7, handoff to Williams over the left side, and nice job by Quentin Dunbar coming up and making the play, only giving up a yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Bomber, you got to think Green Bay's just going to hand the ball off here on 3rd and long, take their field goal, and trust their defense to play against Allen Ritchie.
I don't know, man. Playa is definitely a guy that likes to take shots down the field. They got Derek Patterson. He's not a decoy. If they play scared here and go with the run.
Is he a decoy?
He's not a decoy.
He's not a decoy.
I mean, that was his response to me saying, "Hey, how are you going to use him this year?" He goes, "He's not a decoy." I said, "Well, I'm drafting him then," because that's a very aggressive response to a very soft question there. And he played phenomenal. He won me my fantasy football, won the fantasy football year 1 for me. He was my MVP, if you will, and I brought him back this season as well.
Most valuable Patterson, 3rd and 16 for Carson Wentz and the Packers. Bringing a tight end in motion on 3rd down, 2:20 and counting in that game. Looks like it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, trying to find something. He'll get past the past the 25 to the 24-yard line. Udeze with the carry there. It's going to set up a 4th and 12, and Green Bay is going to try to kick this field goal right about the 2-minute mark as the 2-minute warning hits, and trying to get up 4 points in this game. As we're going to go to a big 2-minute drive as they'll just let that run down to the 2-minute warning. 17-16, the score. Bomber. 3 timeouts for Washington. Plenty of time left. The question is, does Allen Ritchie have enough to get this team a touchdown?
Well, here it is. Washington, you can spin it this way. You've played a very horrible game. You've had a horrible season. You're 0-5. If there was one spark in which you could turn your season around, it starts right now. They're going to kick this field goal. They're going to go up 4. We got an opportunity to win the game here. $1:57 left. It's a 2-minute drill. You were the 9th pick in the NBL Season 35 rookie draft. It's your sophomore season. Let's show out on the road. Let's turn this season around. Let's go win this game.
But what did we say the over-under on this game was?
I believe it was 35.
And it's 36 right now. So
36. Yeah, it's right there. I mean, these over and unders and these spreads have been. Also, the spread was Washington -1.5, which means they got to get a touchdown here, and they got to get a touchdown to win the game. So at least if you're giving up those points, you know the Redskins are playing with you here because they're not playing to run the clock out. They got to get in the end zone to win this game.
We'll go double box. Both these teams' key drives here in the 4th quarter. Reminder, we'll have that subscriber giveaway during the post game. You have a little bit of time left to hit that subscribe button. If you have Twitch Prime, it is free to subscribe. If you don't have Twitch Prime, it is $4.99. If you hit that follow button, each and every time we go live, make sure you at least do that. We got a game coming up Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time right here on the NBL Network. 2nd and 6 for Dustin Jerry as he is being harassed once again, but he gets free, finds Safarian Jenkins standing alone on the left side. And gets what he can out of that one. It's going to set up a 3rd and 1. Nice throw by Allen Ritchie there, picking up a 1st down. A real confidence-building throw there, Bomber. A nice, easy read for Allen Ritchie on this 2-minute drill.
Hey, Sim Football Critic in the chat saying, amazing how much better Madden looks and feels when you play a Sim style of football. These games are actually enjoyable to watch. I completely agree. It accentuates the positives when you're mixing it up as much as we do, and it really doesn't just bring out the flaws or the issues within the game that can become so detrimental if you're living in that. Nice little spin right there. You like that?
Third
little spin outside. Jamison Crowder
beautiful.
must know I was talking about him as not being a solidified #1 wide receiver in the NBL. He's still not that. But he can make plays, and he'd be a great slot receiver, a #2, even if you have a powerful #1 that's at the elite upper class. Yeah, definitely not a #1, but they still got a lot of time. $1:13 left in this game, and they're driving down the field.
Houston loses their running back Eckler for the game with that lowered back strain. Both teams driving. Washington, though, pressed for time. Minute 5 and counting. Allen Ritchie dropping back. Free rusher, and Allen Ritchie just decides, I'm going to stare him in the face and take that sack instead of getting rid of the ball. A big play as the clock is still running. They have 3 timeouts, and they're letting it waste away.
They're either going to be geniuses or we're going to wonder why it was such a head-scratching moment to not burn that timeout after the sack. Here's my issue. If they do score and there's no time left for the Packers, we applaud them. But if they run out of time, this is going to be the reason why.
48 seconds in, counting for Washington on the right side. Let's go full screen to that one as this game coming down to the wire. Ritchie, he was looking for that angle route. It wasn't open, so he finds Jordan Reed standing alone on the right side to the 50-yard line. They will use a timeout there with 37 seconds left. A huge 3rd and 11. Deep pass over the middle. Oh, what a throw there by Dustin Jerry to the 22-yard line. He is slinging it on this drive, knows his team needs a touchdown. He finds D-Hop over the middle to the 22-yard line. Big shout out to October with the sub. Big 3rd and 11 here, Bomber. They're not so much worried about the down and distance. They're looking up at the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. 37 seconds left. You got to go 50 yards. You got to get in the end zone. Let's not try to get it all back here, though. We've got some timeouts. Let's try to make a throw over the middle of the field. Maybe he's got A there.
Dropping back,
That's an
3rd and
arrow.
11, waiting, looking. Allen Ritchie rolling out to the left side, looks over the middle of the field, has a man.
Uh-oh.
Jordan Reed, juke move, 10, 5, he's down inside the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Allen Ritchie says, I got you, big fella. I may not have used you before, but baby, come back. As Jordan Reed, the big tight end, it's a huge touchdown. Redskins on the precipice of their first win of the season.
We were just talking about this, giving more opportunities to a tight end with the potential athleticism and just overall ability and size that Jordan Reed has. You just throw it up there, give him an opportunity, and look what he does. He squeezes a dime out of a nickel right there and gets it all the way to the house. Jordan Reed's got the JUIs tonight. He's got the juice. They're up 23-20.
I totally missed it, by the way. Houston scored, and they're up 3 now. When did that-
I mean, it's the comeback trail right now. It's the comeback king broadcast here, 266.
2 phenomenal games coming down to the wire. Green Bay still got plenty of time. We'll go double box as Green Bay on the right side of your screen has 24 seconds left. Bomber, you've got to think they're going to be looking for Derek Patterson.
It has to be. You got to have over the top. You need help. I got to see some 3 deep, quarters 3 deep here, maybe some man coverage. I do not want to run this cover 3, and that looks like what they're going to come out, and I don't like it because it gives you one-on-one down the sideline. When you see 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends set, you have to think it's going one-on-one down the sideline with Valdez-Scantling or Derek Patterson, the speedy sophomore wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers.
1st and 10 for Carson Wentz. He changed up the play, surveying this Redskins defense on the right side of your screen. It's a play action pass, dropping back to pass, looking deep down the field. He's got that one-on-one with Quentin Dunbar and Derek Patterson. Oh, nice play there by Dunbar, swatting it away. You knew he had one-on-one, Bomber, and he was going to trust his big wide receiver. Maybe the wrong read, though, because that crossing route was going to be wide open. Still going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that is why you cannot run that cover 3 against him, because I don't want one-on-one. I want it to be multiple defenders on this wide receiver. I need to see quarters 3 deep man coverage. That's what I want to see right now.
2nd down and 10 as we'll stay full screen with this Green Bay-Washington game till its conclusion. 16 seconds left. Wentz under center. Bunch formation. 3 to the right side. Patterson alone on the left side. It's Carson Wentz dropping back. 3-man rush from the Redskins. Waiting. Looking. He's got a lot of time. He's just going to chuck it up once again. Looking for Derek Patterson making a one-on-one play, and it's not there now with 8 seconds left, Bomber.
Good defense.
It was good defense once again. They had the crossing route open once again.
I don't
They
like this
only need a
defense
field
either.
goal.
I don't like how he's coming from the line of scrimmage. I've seen guys get beat over the middle because he doesn't get that back there fast enough. If I was the user, I would drag him all the way back to that middle third.
3rd down and 10. 8
And it
seconds
could happen.
remain. Could happen.
And he threw it to him.
7 seconds waiting. He's in the pocket.
I told you
Carson
to
Wentz
run that.
waiting, looking deep down the middle of the field for the man, and it's caught. But the clock's gonna run out. No time left. As it is a huge play from Green Bay, but they come up 1 second short, Bomber. They escape the Washington Redskins with their first win of the season as a deep pass over the middle is completed. But just the clock hits 000s at the wrong time. What a finish in Green Bay.
Yeah, you got to be really careful if you're running the quarters 3 deep and you have the guy at the line of scrimmage who's showing a blitz and he drops into coverage. It's good if you're not expecting anything deep over the middle. If you are, you should just user that guy, take him all the way back and allow him to be in a position where he can actually cover, because right now he's at the line of scrimmage and you got a guy on the other side running a straight streak down the field.
What a finish in that game, and we've got a good one brewing here as we'll take it to the conclusion of that one. Then we'll do our subscriber giveaway at the end of this broadcast. Shotgun formation for Lamar Jackson. They're down 3. Hand off to Fournette up the middle. And boy, Bomber, this Houston Texans defense, they have contained Leonard Fournette in the middle of this game, but they've given up a lot of yards to him in the first quarter. They've given up a lot here in the fourth quarter. Fournette almost at 150 yards.
Yeah, he is. He's just been a powerhouse going downhill the entire game. Let's see if that trend continues with a $138 left. You got to start thinking they're going to be passing the ball here. They can't be settling for 3. They want to win this game. The Ravens are a winning team. This is a team that wants to win for 2 at the end of a game instead of going for the extra point field goal that could have tied it up.
I wish I knew what happened on this play.
Oh, it's loading for me too.
Okay, cool. We can start a donation train, though, to get Cougs Real Internet at a new house. Scramble for Jackson, and now he's down at the 33-yard line. Nice run there for Lamar. Minute 26 and counting, Bomber. What's the strategy here? You only need a field goal. You're in field goal range. We saw on our last NBL Live, getting a little too aggressive, ended up killing who was that? Was that the Bears? The Bears game, right? The Giants ended up getting too aggressive when they were just outside of field goal range, end up throwing a pick. Let's see what Baltimore does. They're going to throw it here on 1st and 10. Jackson rolling out to the right side, playmakering. He's going to take off, though, and yeah, this is going to be the Baltimore offense probably for the rest of the game. It's going to be a lot of Lamar Jackson using his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. Lamar Jackson getting outside, trying to make a play. And right there, that you're seeing the effects of his ability and also the effects of Cougs' internet. Playing very strong play at the end of this game.
I think the Cougs internet is the MVP of this one. Can we get Cringe to do a cringeworthy for the internet, please? Please and thank. Second down to 2, shotgun formation for Leonard Fournette. Minute 5 and counting. Waiting, looking, finds Gronkowski underneath, who has the first down. He'll go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 1:01 to go. Houston does have all 3 timeouts. Baltimore has all 3 timeouts. They only need a field goal to tie this game up, but Bomber, Cougs is not thinking about just tying it up.
No, he's not. Right now, he's thinking about trying to win this game. He's a winner. He's trying to go out there and win. He's trying to make it happen.
Unisolated in the chat says Cougs going to need to buy another house. This one's faulty. I think that's true. I think it's just proven as a fact. Shout out to the Under Oath Internet over at Cougs Place. 1st and 10. Lamar Jackson hands off to Leonard Fournette over the left side. Good tackle on the interior to the 15-yard line. They're going to let this clock run. 15.
Hey, OSU, I think my picks, I might be 10 for 10.
Yeah.
I think I'm close.
Cool.
So pay me my money right now, fool.
You just want it now?
I want my money. I'm done. I quit.
I'll give you your money if you can get Cougs real internet for the last 52 seconds of this game.
Bro, is it 1,000 or 10,000 here, dude? He's gonna have to get wiring to his house.
Listen,
I might be. I don't know yet. I have to
I
find out
want
on the
him
New York
on
Jets
that.
store.
I want him on that HughesNet Gen 4 internet is what I want. Second down and 5. Tate coming in motion. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. He's got some room on the right side. You got to let off on the turbo, young fella. As he's going to come up just short of the line to gain, bring up a 3rd and inches. Boy, Bomber, if he one cuts with Golden Tate, he is dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, at that point, it was very risky. Golden Tate seems to be that favorite receiver for Lamar Jackson. I'm telling you, at 32 years old, he's looking younger and younger. They might be selling for 3 here.
3rd and inches. Looks like they're going to hand it to Fournette. He's got the first down to the 8-yard line. 30 seconds left, though. They're going to hurry back to the line. They're trying to find the end zone. 26 seconds and counting. Baltimore looking for the lead. 23 seconds. Handoff. Nope. Play action pass. Lamar Jackson rolling over to the right side. Nobody open. He's going to take off.
Wow.
He's got some room. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Action Jackson scrambles at least 10 times on that last drive, but it gets him to the end zone, and Baltimore with 16 seconds left takes the lead.
What a run right there by Lamar Jackson. He gets to the pylon. The defenders don't even recognize that he's getting down the field, and the Houston Texans are in trouble. The Ravens, man, what a success story this season. They have been fun to watch. They've been electric to play against. They're a very tough defense with an offense that is up and down. It's not conventional to say that. We've called it a college offense at times, but now they're looking like a premier college offense. They're looking like they can hang with the big boys.
They could hang with Alabama any day. 31-27 Houston, though.
They can hang with the
ball.
best colleges. That's what I meant, not the other way around.
Well, they need a touchdown. They have 12 seconds left. You got to think they're chucking it up probably to D-Hop on this play. Looking for a penalty, looking for a big catch from their number 1 wide receiver. Got plenty of time for 2 plays.
Yeah, 12 seconds left at the 32. You need a touchdown. You got all these timeouts. They're not really going to matter. 12 seconds left. You got DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see what defense the Baltimore Ravens come out at. Are they going to go quarters 3 deep like they should and maybe man them up and just allow help over the top? And no, they're going to go too high here.
If practice mode has taught me anything, it's going to be a goal line defense here on this random on random play. 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Dustin Jerry. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Play clock running down. 4-man rush from the Ravens. Jerry waiting. Jerry gets sacked. They're going to take a timeout. Boy, hey, Dustin, you do realize there's not a lot of time on the clock. You got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, he should have just thrown it up. He had one-on-one. The ball would have hung in the air. They would have had a shot at catching it, maybe call another timeout and then take another shot. Once again, only too high here. That's going to tell me that they're back-to-back cover 4s. I don't like cover 4 here because it's one-on-one down the sideline. I don't want to give it one-on-one with DeAndre Hopkins.
We saw 8 seconds wasn't enough for the Green Bay Packers. 7 seconds may not be enough for the Houston Texans. They need a touchdown down 4. They're at the 25-yard line. Dropping back to passes, Dustin Jerry. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. He's going to look over to the left side. It's going to be picked off. And the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know why you don't just stay up a little longer. You make us watch this one extra play. Cougs really is on my hate list right now. But they're going to come away with a win, 31-27. Baltimore, with the legs of Lamar Jackson, get it done late.
Yeah, just a nice drive at the end of the game. They're down 3. Now that they get a touchdown, they're up 4. This team plays to win the game. and they're having a lot of success this season. The Ravens are going to improve to 3-3 while the Houston Texans fall to 2-3. But I like what I've seen from the Baltimore Ravens. They might be that kind of wild card, dark horse team that's pushing for one of those wild card spots in the AFC.
All right, should we do this giveaway? A reminder, this giveaway for subscribers. If you are a sub, you're entering this giveaway automatically. If you are a tier 2 sub, you get an extra entry into this one. This is for your choice of hoodies on the CFN website, cfnclothing.com. Click on the NBL tab. You can look at the hoodies. The new one that just came out was the camo hoodie. Only goes up to XL, but you can certainly get that one or any other hoodie on the thing. We're going to try this through Nightbot, so it may or may not work, but we're going to try it. So, Bomber, can I get my drum roll?
No, I don't do stuff like that.
Okay, I was just checking.
I'm the guy that
I asked,
it definitely ain't
can I
catching
get
me
my
doing
drum
that,
roll?
no.
And you said
I
no.
do enough weird stuff on here, but I'm not doing sounds.
Let's see.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
It happened.
No, whatever.
I'm not getting a clip of me doing the drum roll put in the chat. That ain't happening.
If you are a subscriber and you are here in the chat right now,
yeah, you have to be here to win.
You gotta.
If you
just,
win,
I'll give
they
you
have
some
to-
time. Say something in the chat. Tell me how much you want that,
Yeah.
or beg Nightbot. That's fine. Bomber, we had 2 great games though tonight on NBL Live. Our next show is coming up on Friday night.
which is going to be you. I'm not going to be here for that one, but
Thanks.
I was going to be at one of the games, which I actually have a pretty decent game. I think I'm playing the New Orleans Saints, so I thought that was going to be a real fun game. We could have had on live, but fortunately, it's not going to happen on Friday. And then Sunday night, we have Building the Franchise, Cincinnati Bengals.
Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time here, twitch.tv/NBL Network, Vikings and Niners. Chargers and Raiders Part 2, Bomber, a rematch of an NBL Live game that had a phenomenal finish. Raiders getting a late touchdown off a tipped ball into the end zone. Chargers looking for revenge. Vikings and Niners, 2 owners who definitely are here and play games and win sometimes.
Yeah, well, Niners, not
Sometimes.
so much. Yeah,
I said something.
less of some on times, like none times maybe.
None times? Got it. None
Yeah.
time.
Hey, shout out to Porter in the chat, begging Nightbot. I think Porter has more NBL gear than what we have in inventory because he rocks around. He's just rocking NBL gear all day. He's got hoodies, he's got shirts. He's got, I don't know if he has sweats. You know what, guys? If you win and you want those joggers, we can do the joggers as well. One item, though. Courtesy of me.
Uno item. Everyone said, it's Sim saying super cold here in PA, need that hoodie. Aster saying it's super cold in all of the US that I travel.
Oh, yeah, Brad, he's a truck driver, yeah.
Let's roll it. Let's see who wins this one. Unbelievably, it's Sim Football Critic.
Oh, wow. All right,
He has
Sim, go
won
ahead
the
and
giveaway.
DM us on the @BomberLeague account, the Twitter, and go ahead and send me your address again, please. And let me know what you want and the size. And then if you could just tweet out that you want on there, I would appreciate that, man. I appreciate you for subscribing. We actually looked at the subscriber list yesterday.
Yeah.
And we saw like a lot of names on there that we weren't like, we're like, who's this? Who's that?
Who dat?
And Sim's name was on there, and I said, man, that's cool, man. He's been subscribed for us for a while, so appreciate the support. Consistent support throughout the years. We go all year round, August to August, enjoying this Madden fun here in the Connected Franchise mode. OSU, well, congratulations to Sim, I guess. I was hoping I was going to win it.
No, sorry, man. You can get you can use your hard-earned cash. Congrats to Sim. Again, DM us on the Bomber League Twitter.
And that was one of like 50, what is it? What did you have on there?
I
I
have.
thought it was like,
I think we're up. I think the updated number is like 59.
yeah, 59 now. But it was like 52 last night. So one of 59 right now. That's pretty crazy odds that he pulls one in the first pull. Kind of nice.
Did Eric ruin your 10 for 10?
Yeah, I lost. There's so many. I was just like, I'm looking at it almost like a scratch off, and I'm like, win. And once I got to 4, I was like, oh crap, win. And then I obviously missed one at the beginning, which was L, which would have
Wow.
never started that trade.
Wow.
It's hard to get 10 for 10, but it's fun. We're try opportunity to win $1,000. That's cool. Really probably be like 500. I donate it to the NBL, which would be back to me, which would be pizza money. So
Pizza money. That moolah for pizza.
yeah, so I didn't win OSU. So your voice doesn't have to
you
crack
got-
right there.
You got plenty of time to win. We're only in week 6. Lots of opportunities. Again, it's at MaddenBomberLeague.com, daddyleagues.com/NBL. All you need is a Daddy Leagues account. You can win $1,000 if you go 10 for 10 in the week. We're going to get out of here. Don't forget, we got Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time, special start time. Hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. 10 o'clock Eastern time for NBL Live. Sunday night over on YouTube, we'll have BTF. building the franchise Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to be on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. We're going to get out of here. Thanks so much for spending your Wednesday with us. For my co-host Bomber, I am OSU. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into NBL Live Broadcast 266. We will see you next time right here on NBL Live.